Hi, this is Connie. Welcome to RedHorse. I'd like to talk about toolbars today, the main menu and toolbars in RedHorse. Toolbars are your main navigation aids through your day working in RedHorse. Toolbars give you access to every part of RedHorse that you will need. Now, what toolbars are there and how does each one help your day? First, let's define each toolbar. We have three visible now. Here, here, and here. But there are more. They just aren't visible right now. How can we see them? Right-click in the area to the right of the toolbar. We can now see a list of all of the toolbars, and we can see which ones are turned on and which ones are turned off. We have 6 toolbars in RedHorse. The main menu bar, the main toolbar, global toolbar, user toolbar, external toolbar, and the drawer. Now let's find out which one is which and where each one is. I have a contact and an account window open. They have their own toolbars. You can see the contact toolbar here. I don't want to be confused about what toolbars we're talking about, so I'm going to close our contact and account window. And we're going to live with a blank middle of our RedHorse so we can focus on our toolbars. Okay, now let's start with the main menu bar. The main menu bar is just under the title bar of RedHorse. The menu bar is pretty standard with almost any Windows application. We have our standard File, Edit, View menus, and more. Your administrator doesn't have a lot of control over what is available in the main menu bar, but he might have turned off some functions that you should not have access to. There are very powerful functions in RedHorse that not all users are allowed to use. If you don't see everything that I have here, you might have some functions turned off. Next is the main toolbar. This toolbar gives you power for your day. It usually begins with a recent and favorites. Your administrator has quite a bit of control over what you can and cannot see here, and can also put the buttons in an order that make your day flow more smoothly. I can pretty much guarantee that your toolbar does not contain the same buttons and are not in the same order as you see here. That's part of the beauty of RedHorse, to make it match your day. What you see is what you need and in the order that you need it. The next toolbar I want to show you is the global toolbar. This is a custom toolbar for your company that was set up by your administrator. You can tell whether it's turned on or off by right-clicking to the right of the toolbar or the menu bar and seeing if the global toolbar is checked or unchecked. You can see that my global toolbar is checked. Not sure which toolbar it is? Uncheck it and see it disappear. It was to the right here. Now, let's recheck it and see it reappear. And now we can see it here. That's the global toolbar. If your administrator has set this up for you, you will see an assortment of menus and buttons to perform custom actions in your RedHorse. Next is the custom user toolbar. This is actually just like the global toolbar, but is yours and only yours. You can configure any buttons you need in your own custom toolbar. We do this in user preferences. In the main menu bar, go to Edit, User Preferences. Click on the Custom User Toolbar tab. You can see that I have one toolbar group and it has one button. Now let's go back and see where it is. I'll close here. We can right-click in the toolbar. We can see that it's turned off. I can turn it on, and here we are, My Menu. If I click on My Menu, I can see the buttons that are available here. If I click this, this would launch the RedHorse website. Now let's look at the external toolbar. External, well, that is a view of information outside of RedHorse that your administrator has given you access to from within RedHorse. Where is mine? Let's click and see. Well, mine is turned off. Let's turn it on and look at it. Well, I didn't see where it went. So let's turn it off again and back on. And notice that we have a little blank spot here that opens. What does that mean? This is what a toolbar looks like when it is either has not been set up yet or it has, but I as a user do not have access to any of the buttons in it. It will appear as a blank. Since we can't use it, let's turn it back off. Lastly, but not leastly, is the drawer. What is the drawer? The drawer is a navigation pane that can hold buttons from all of the other toolbars in RedHorse. It's on the left side here. You thought you had enough toolbars already, but the drawer can hold a shortcut to the things you do most often in a day, making them easier to find and help focus your day on your most frequent tasks. You could actually combine buttons from the various toolbars that you have into the drawer and turn all of the rest of them off and just have the drawer. You've probably seen a drawer before. They're often found in mobile and web applications because they allow you to close the drawer and make more space on your screen. We have a button at the top of the drawer button, and what this does when you click it is it hides the drawer, gives you more space to work in RedHorse. Anytime you need to have the drawer back, you just click and there's your drawer buttons available to you again. Now that we know what each toolbar is and where they live, let's look at how we can put them where we want them. Toolbars are dockable. What does dockable mean? That means it can be floating in the middle of the RedHorse window, or they can be attached to any side of the main RedHorse window. We can move a toolbar by taking hold of the gripper on the side of the menu. When we look at the main toolbar, that's the bar on the left side, and you can see that my mouse cursor changed. The main toolbar is usually docked at the top, but we can dock the main toolbar to the left. Click, hold, and drag. When we put our mouse to the left side of the RedHorse window, we can see the toolbar attach itself to the left side. I can let go and it will live there. We can also dock it to the right side. Again, to the gripper, click, hold, and drag. Drag it to the right side. Notice although the toolbar is over the right edge of RedHorse, it's not ready to be docked yet. You have to have your mouse all the way to the edge before the toolbar finds its home on the right side of the window. You can see how it automatically adjusts the buttons so you can see them correctly. You can also move the drawer. If you want it in the right instead of the left, move it there. Let's click, hold, and drag. And now we have the drawer on the right-hand side. I said earlier that the toolbars can be docked or floating. I've shown you docked. Now let's see floating. I can drag the main toolbar to the middle of RedHorse, and now it's floating. I can move it where I want, and when I close and open RedHorse, it will be right where I left it last. I can do that with the drawer as well. Let's move the drawer to the middle of RedHorse. Notice that the drawer needs a little bit of help. We're going to use our mouse at the bottom left edge, and we're going to drag it so that we can see all of the buttons in the drawer. And if we like, we can move it back and dock it on the left-hand side. Sometimes your screen might be of a size that you can't actually fit all of the buttons on the toolbar onto the screen. There's an indicator for that on the toolbar. Notice that on the right-hand side, we see a bar with an arrow on the right-hand side of the main toolbar. When I could click that, I can see that there's more buttons available than I have room for in the toolbar. Notice that my global toolbar also has the same button at the end, and we can see more buttons here as well. One of the ways we can get around that is to, again, redock the toolbars in a better location. We have two toolbars docked here on the same row. I can dock it up here with my main menu bar. I can also move my user toolbar up on the same row and give myself some more space in the middle of RedHorse. That's the toolbars in RedHorse. You can move them where you need them for your day. Go check out yours.